Morning, Maine. The Penobscot County Jail is looking for more land in order to expand jail operations. Plus, a group looking at the use of deadly force in Maine has released their annual report. And the commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting will hear from 2 more police departments today. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning, Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's start the day off with a check of that forecast. It's going to be another beautiful day. Yesterday was lovely, a lot of sun, quite warm for February, and today is quite similar. So let's get a check of that forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption. We offer a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 cash drawing. Stop by with your returnables and enter for a chance to win. All right, let's get into things this morning. A few clouds are developing out there as well. A few returns on the radar, possibly some moisture up in some parts of the atmosphere, but overall, I think we're looking okay this morning with just some clouds that are currently moving through, and that will be the common idea for us today with just a few passing clouds, but a lot of sunshine nonetheless as well. We will be watching for some energy moving in from the west to the east later on, which could give us some precipitation chances before we're all finished up. So futurecast moving forward, a lot of sunshine for us today. Later on tonight, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky, maybe some areas of dense fog in a few spots that we'll watch as we head towards early Friday morning as well. Otherwise, though, the winds will be rather quiet throughout the daytime period today and even in parts of tonight as well. As we head towards your Friday, not much of an issue with the wind at all. But otherwise, though, lower 40s on the way for us today with a partly cloudy sky, the north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have 16 degrees and a partly cloudy sky, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 30s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, that hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds, temperatures warming into the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. A group looking at the use of deadly force in Maine is out with its annual report. Mel Meyer spent the day going through it and found many of the recommendations mirror what's been said before.
We tried to get treatment.
Renee Duarte says her son Jacob Poitras struggled with addiction, was paranoid, and heard voices. He attempted suicide multiple times.
This was a senseless death.
Officials say the 25-year-old was shot by a Presque Isle police sergeant after a high-speed chase. He died at a hospital.
They let me go in and see him, and it was an absolute nightmare.
His case is one of 9 reviewed by the state's Deadly Force Review Panel for its 4th annual report. In it, the panel, quote, urgently reiterates its call for resources for mental health services and says the contributing causes leading individuals to armed confrontations with law enforcement remain the same. Only the names change.
The vast majority of their recommendations are really to do help at the early end in the prevention stages. And that is the hardest place for legislation and funding to take place.
The panel supports increased funding for crisis-receiving centers, changes to the state's yellow flag law, expanded background checks for firearm purchases, and more, which the governor recently proposed.
Let's do a better job at preventing violence to begin with and make Maine a safer state.
The group also calls for increased access to detox, therapy, psychiatric hospitalization, and more.
Mental health services is the foundation for us, for safe communities.
For Renee Duarte, it would have made all the difference for her son, Jacob. Do you think if he would have been able to get more support, that this could have been avoided?
100%.
The panel also calls for more law enforcement reviews and changes to those processes, that along with improved funding, in part to provide more training time.
And I said it from the beginning, I feel that the police officers need more training.
Oxford County Commissioners are recommending the governor remove Sheriff Christopher Wainwright over a series of questionable decisions. Johnny Maffey was at yesterday's meeting in South Paris and has the latest on the developing story.
Oxford County Commissioners are sending a letter to Governor Janet Mills today recommending she relieve the sheriff of his duties in a 9-page complaint which is going to the governor's office. They cite unethical behavior as well as other violations, including the undisclosed sale of firearms. And this investigation right here says the sheriff exceeded his authority.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? Okay, motion carries.
The letter states Sheriff Wainwright failed to faithfully or efficiently perform his duties. Among the concerns, unethical behavior surrounding a traffic violation, threatening phone calls, appointing uncertified officers as school resource officers, and an investigation into a trade of firearms without keeping proper records. That investigation found the sheriff exceeded his authority under state law by trading firearms from evidence with the owner of J.T. Reed Gun Shops. The sheriff tells CBS 13 no guns were taken from law-abiding citizens and, quote, all proceeds from the firearms went directly to the purchasing of equipment for the county, saving the taxpayers money. Sheriff Wainwright also says his actions don't, quote, merit my removal. The investigation did not find Wainwright personally benefited financially from the firearms trade, but concludes documents presented the appearance of corruption. County Attorney Amy Dietrich looks forward to working with the governor.
It's my understanding that an issue like this has not come across the governor's desk in probably more than 50 years.
And we're told the sheriff was made aware of the complaint by the county after it was sent to the governor's office.
The commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting will hear from 2 more police departments today. The Lewiston and Lisbon police departments will testify about their response during and after the October 25th mass shooting. The meeting announced yesterday was not on the commission's previously released schedule. Last week, the commission heard testimony from family members of the victims who said they had difficulty getting confirmed information from police departments. The commission also asked the legislature for subpoena power to compel testimony and documents from people and entities currently resisting. The Thursday meeting is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. at the University of Maine at Augusta. That is today. The Blue Ribbon Commission studying emergency medical services in the state says more needs to be done when it comes to how services are funded in Maine. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bouchard, has more.
The state of EMS in Maine is that it's in trouble.
Rick Petrie is the CEO of Northeast Mobile Health. He also served on the Blue Ribbon Commission to study emergency medical services in the state, which recently released their report and recommendations to the legislature.
We have multiple instances in the state where ambulances are significantly delayed and sometimes not even responding. And it's because of staffing and preparedness, and that's what we're trying to address.
Speaker of the House Rachel Talbot-Ross chaired the commission. She says in the last legislative session, the legislature allocated $31 million for Maine EMS to help establish a stabilization fund financial assistance program for EMS services at immediate risk of closing. Those funds still haven't been dispersed.
To get to a point where that money has still not been dispersed has been quite frustrating. And we need to go back and look at our rulemaking process to make sure that we are not putting any barriers in that process in order to get essential rules in place for that money to go out.
Commission members say part of the reason why the increased funding is necessary is because of something everyone in the state is facing: inflation.
We talked about cost. Costs have skyrocketed, especially since the pandemic. And so just in perspective, we used to, just 7 years ago, paramedic pay was probably under $20 an hour. And now a lot of services, including ours, are starting paramedics at $30 an hour. That's a significant cost to the bottom line.
The reimbursements for ambulance transport don't meet the cost of the actual ambulance transport, and there's no reimbursement for the standby for being ready to respond.
To read the full report and recommendations, you can visit our website. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
For years, county officials and members of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office have been stressing the need for a new jail. However, progress remains at a standstill as they struggle to find land. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
Penobscot County is trying to move forward in their years-long effort to build a new jail.
The standstill to the project is finding a piece of property. We've probably gone through 4, 5, 6 probably at least by now.
County Administrator Scott Adkins says obtaining the right property has been more difficult than they anticipated.
Properties have not, quite fit the parameters, the dynamics. We need to be conscientious of residential areas.
The county is looking for around 14 to 20 acres. They want a property that can accommodate a larger building so they can end their dependence on boarding inmates at other facilities.
The jail was not designed to hold as many inmates as it's holding.
In September, we had the opportunity to tour the facility and see firsthand how it's deteriorating. Members of the Sheriff's Office have been stressing the need for a new jail for over a decade due to its outdated structure and overcrowding issues.
It's dangerous for our staff. It's dangerous for the inmates. Our mission speaks directly to a safe and humane environment for all in the facility.
The county administrator says there has been pushback from the community, but the funding would be directly through voter-approved bonds. The bottom line, though, is they can't move forward until the location is found.
We are kind of in limbo with regards to moving forward at the moment, and really excited and eager to get this thing going.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The city of Belfast is working to obtain funding for a roughly $3 million infrastructure project to improve a popular roadway. Congress Street in Belfast has been described by city officials as being highly neglected. They say the absence of a sidewalk has become a safety hazard, and with no proper storm drainage, there are flooding concerns. Along the street is a 48-unit affordable housing development that the city has recently started constructing. According to the Economic Development Director, they are trying to leverage that development to secure grant funding.
We're really hopeful that we can secure this grant funding. We really want people to speak out whether they support the project or not, but hopefully most people think it's a good idea, and we'd like to hear their comments as part of the process applying for this grant.
Kittredge says their department has been discussing this project for years, and if they get the funding, they plan to create a full design of the project by late spring. The city will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, February 20th, where the community is invited to learn more about the project and share their thoughts. More information can be found on our website. All right, yeah, calling all Belfast community members. Okay, moving on. The time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Super Bowl was held on the EMCC campus yesterday. Not what you think it is, though. It's intended to help keep students and staff well fed during these cold months. We'll have the story, but before we go, let's take another quick look at that forecast. Another beautiful day in store. The highs will be about 40 degrees today, partly cloudy, but plenty of sun, just like yesterday. Yesterday was honestly blue skies. Beautiful day. Tonight it is dropping down to a low of 16 tonight, though, so all that melt will freeze up. And tomorrow, another beautiful day, although more cloudy. High of 38 tomorrow for your Friday. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and at Quality Jewelers, we're going to help you make it one to remember. Any purchase made between now and Valentine's Day is going to come with a card, chocolates, and a stuffed animal. Also, for a limited time, qualified buyers will receive a pair of VS Lab Diamond studs, an incredible value. Shop exquisite styles of fine jewelry right in downtown Bangor with us here at Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
There's a lot to love on the Drew Barrymore Show.
We're just incredible, washed out delectable.
I want to play and be silly and fun. I'm like in it with you.
Don't stop, we're just getting started. Hit harder, hitting the party. That's how we do it.
I'm so in love with you, I can't handle it. Oh my God! Did we just become best friends?
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Drew, weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
The Super Bowl was in Bangor yesterday, but it's not what it sounds like. The Eastern Maine Community College Food Pantry hosted its first Super Bowl food drive of the year. The food items donated benefit students, faculty, and staff of the EMCC. Their mission is to ensure no student on campus faces food insecurity.
So the need is great. Students report that they're able to focus on their studies and get better grades when they're not suffering from hunger.
That definitely makes sense. Organizers say in the last year they gave away roughly 22,000 pounds of food. The pantry is located directly on campus, but they also offer delivery. Although the event may be over, anyone in the community can still donate to the pantry. And if you're in need, also check them out. More information is available on our website, foxbangor.com. In other news now, a Maine-based program is supporting farmers through its online marketplace. Our Matthew Duronsik has more.
Back in 2011, Hannah Sendler and Kellen Wellborn wanted to find a way to help farmers in Hancock County area. That idea led them to create Farm Drop L3C, a year-round online farmers market. The marketplace provides customers with the freshest food while giving farmers the ability to sell products at the price point of their choice.
Supporting them, just like supporting your local, John Edwards, or supporting the library with a donation is part of what keeps the fabric of community together.
Those part of this program drive their sold products to Farm Drop's Blue Hill location, where volunteers organize where the products will be going. Once the food's packed, it's brought to one of the organization's market hubs, where customers pick up their orders in person. Ellsworth Public Library is the latest market hub, and staff members say they're grateful to be part of this program.
I think it's a really great way to provide the community with local, fresh food, connecting them with the small businesses, small farmers.
Farmers agree, saying that this program helps benefit them.
Farm Drop was really important for us to get our food to our local customers. It's been wonderful, a wonderful service, and our business has grown thanks to Farm Drop.
Customers we spoke to say when it comes to buying local food from Farm Drop, it's worth every penny.
The food is far superior. It's fresh, it's safe, and it tastes fabulous.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Duronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Established in 2004, Ian's Playground in Bucksport has brought families together from across their community. But in recent years, parts of the playground have begun to break down. Now an 11-person group, aptly named the Playground Committee, will have their first meeting on Monday with the goal of revitalization. In addition to repairing broken pieces of the playground, the committee is considering repainting the parking lot, installing new lights, cameras, restrooms, and much more. Since the playground is an important part of Bucksport's community, one committee chair member says they hope Monday's meeting has a high turnout.
Whether there's a high school baseball game going on the adjacent field, or there are kids out using the skate park, it's a great place for children between the ages of 5 to 12 from all over town and from away.
The public meeting will take place on Monday, February 11th at the Bucksport Town Office. It starts at 6 p.m. Restrooms definitely sound like a pretty good news, I'd say, to parents who are hanging out at the playground quite often. Okay, the time now is 8:18. After the break, a local podcaster is working in conjunction with a police department to try and solve a 40-year-old cold case, and she needs the public's help. Plus, all eyes are on the Supreme Court today as history unfolds as they seek to decide if former President Trump will be on the ballot or not. These stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
When Caroline has a cough, she takes Robitussin, so she can have those one-on-ones again.
Hey, Jim. Can we talk about Casual Fridays?
Oh, sure. What's up? Get fast, powerful cough relief with Robitussin and find your voice.
Robitussin.
This or that, this or that. You can do this when you and you that. You can do this when you and you that. You can do this because everywhere it's at.
Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Get started today at Angie.com.
When Ye Old General Store in Carmel wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Ye Old General has everything you ever need, whether it be fresh cooked meal, kerosene, wood pellets, pizza and fried food, or a drink after work. Ye Old General has you covered.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
207 Wellness, Alpenglow Adventure Sports, First National Bank, Kelly Jost State Farm Insurance Agent, and Loring Job Corps.
What do we got?
Porter. A lot of cats.
How many cats?
I don't know, man, like 400?
What do ladies want to watch?
Why are there pool noodles on the goat?
It's a 100-year-old tortoise born in the 1920s. This guy was probably pretty racist back then. Let's get these trash pandas in the truck, everyone.
They get in through the AC duct and hit the bar.
All these guys 21?
The Animal Control season premiere, Wednesday, March 6th on Fox.
The Kittery Police Department has recently released new information in a 40-year-old cold case with the help of a Maine podcaster. Our David Ledford has the story.
Reeves Johnson went missing in 1983 at the age of 31. In the weeks following his disappearance, police